Like other incurable diseases, addiction can be arrested. We agree that there is nothing shameful about being an addict, provided we accept our dilemma honestly and take positive action. We are willing to admit without reservation that we are allergic to drugs. Common sense tells us that it would be insane to go back to the source of our allergy. Our experience indicates that medicine cannot cure our illness. Although physical and mental tolerance play a role, many drugs require no extended period of use to trigger allergic reactions. Our reaction to drugs is what makes us addicts, not how much we use. That is from some 12-step literature. I don't know if I'm allowed to say the name because they don't associate with any outside enterprise, nor do they lend out their name. But their literature has helped me out a lot, immensely. My life is unrecognizable at this point compared to what it was in the past. My life in the past, when I'm in active addiction, is just suffering. It's hopelessness. It's just waiting another day hoping to die. That's not real living. Today there's a lot in front of me. I've come a long way in a short amount of time. And I owe it to consistently showing up and doing the things that I didn't want to do. Taking suggestions, following suggestions from people that also recovered. There is a strong belief that there is no therapy greater than one addict helping another addict. Who is an addict? Most of us do not have to think twice about this question. We know. Our whole life and thinking was centered in drugs, in one form or another. The getting and using and finding ways and means to get more. We live to use and use to live. Very simply, an addict is a man or a woman whose life is controlled by drugs. We are people in the grip of a continuing and progressive illness, whose ends are always the same: jails, institutions, and death. Now, recovery itself is not a one-size-fits-all. I know what worked for me, but that's not the only path to get recovery. Some people say that they got recovery all on their own, and if that's what they believe, they should talk to the people closest to them, because I'm sure those people did help them out one way or another. At the very least, they suffered through their problematic behaviors for a very long time and didn't give up on them. We did not choose to become addicts. We suffer from a disease that expresses itself in ways that are antisocial and that makes detection, diagnosis, and treatment difficult. Our disease isolated us from people, except when we were getting, using, and finding ways and means to get more. Hostile, resentful, self-centered, and self-seeking. We cut ourselves off from the outside world. Anything not completely familiar became alien and dangerous. Our world shrank, and isolation became our life. We used in order to survive. It was the only way of life that we knew. Some of us used, misused, and abused drugs and still did not consider ourselves addicts. Through all of this, we kept telling ourselves, I can handle it. Our misconceptions about the nature of addiction included visions of violence, street crime, dirty needles, and jail. When our addiction was treated as a crime or a moral deficiency, we became rebellious and were driven deeper in isolation. Some of the highs felt great, but eventually the things that we had to do to continue using reflected desperation. We were caught in a grip of our disease. We were forced to survive any way that we could. We manipulated people and tried to control everything around us. We lied, stole, cheated, and sold ourselves. We had to have drugs regardless of the cost. Failure and fear began to invade our lives. If you can relate to that, there's good news. There is help for you. There is support. There are 12-step programs. If you follow our Facebook page, we do have a meeting guide, and it'll help point you in the right direction. Nobody can save you. You have to be willing to do the work yourself. 3 things that every person must have to heal is honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness. Without those 3 things, you're going to be stuck in the cycle. And I know from experience that it is a cycle of suffering, and it's not a place I'd ever want to be in again.